What's going on, everybody? I'm here with the lovely Mia from Croatia. How are you?
Hi, I'm really good. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I want to know a little bit about the day that you've been having, because I understand that you've been able to see some of the city.
Yeah, definitely. I saw some of the city yesterday, day before yesterday, and today we had a little nice trip to a beautiful Italian palace with like a large, lovely garden. I didn't remember the name, unfortunately, but I had such a nice time, and now I'm here talking with you, so today couldn't go any better.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to dive right into your performance, because we just saw it a few days ago, and I want to know how you developed the idea of telling the story of the song for the stage, because we now see a lot more dancers. Tell me about that.
Yeah, definitely. I just wanted to switch the concept after the national final entirely, just like to give it a surprise and a little twist. So we invited more dancers to the stage this time. I wouldn't exactly call our choreography classical dancing. There's not like very much concrete movement. It's more like our flow and our telling the story of the song, narrating actually the lyrics, which is so important to me because I'm a huge fan of elaborate lyricism, and I'm a huge Swiftie, so that the two is very much connected. And I feel like the song is very emotional for me, and I live through it like personally, and I just wanted to like narrate the story and accentuate it even more.
There's a lot that I want to pick up on, especially the fact that you said that you're a big Swiftie, because I've heard a lot of comparisons of your song to Taylor Swift, and I imagine that must be a compliment at the very least, being a fan.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of people like said it resembles the song Willow, which I love so much. So yeah, definitely Taylor Swift is a huge inspiration, and it's also very cool that I am now, like, when you type Willow in Spotify, like you will find my profile like somewhere underneath, which is like I somehow contacted Taylor Swift without her knowing. And also in Croatia, it was really funny. Everyone was comparing my song with her songs, and everyone was typing in Willow. So in like, I think in 2 weeks, I got Taylor Swift back to the top 10 in Croatia.
Wow.
Like, the Willow came back to the top 10 because everyone was listening, comparing the songs. So that was so funny. And I was like, yeah, Taylor, you owe so much to me. You have to reach out. And
I was just going to say, like, this should be, hopefully, you know, I don't know, maybe she watches Eurovoxx, but it would be great if she could get in touch with you. And then,
oh my God, I would die.
Could you imagine performing on stage? Because she's been one of those artists that has invited all kinds of musicians
definitely.
who are on their way up to perform with her on stage. How would you feel about that?
I would die. I mean, when you ask me if I can imagine it, I can absolutely imagine anything. I'm a really wild dreamer. I believe that everything and anything is possible, and like really the saying, the proverb that we often hear, if you can conceive it. Does it go like that?
Yeah. If you believe it, you can achieve it. If you can conceive it, you can dream it. Along those lines.
If you can conceive it in your mind, it's absolutely possible in reality. Anything. So I like to dream big, and I absolutely think it's possible. But yeah, even just thinking about it is fun. Even fantasizing about it.
Fingers crossed. I also want to talk about the lyrics, because this is the first song that you've released in English, and a lot of the songs that you have released in Croatia obviously have been in Croatian. They've been a number of have made it quite far on the charts. Tell me about making that decision. Was there some trepidation about making that switch, or were you just more than happy to do it?
I was ecstatic to do it. I just couldn't wait. I graduated from English and German translation studies.
Oh, wow.
So I'm kind of a translator professionally, although I never did it like for real. So I love foreign languages. I love English so much. I love writing in English, singing in English. Of course, I love Croatian as well, but like I put out 3 Croatian records so far, so I think it's like really a time for an international record, hopefully. So I thought Eurovision just came at a perfect time and entered my life so unexpectedly. So I really hope that this song, I mean, I don't hope, I'm sure that this song is like one of the many in English as well, and I can't wait to share with the people the rest of the songs that I wrote.
And I got to know what it's like to see that response, because when it came to you competing at Dora, you were the unanimous choice between the jury and televote. You had a huge televote score, so obviously, someone's getting into an accident over there. You had like a lot of support behind the song. So having put that first English song out, that must be really encouraging then, right?
Yeah, it's such a huge relief, but it's also a cool thing to finally be doing, you know, and not just talking about it, because I feel like at this point I've been talking about it nonstop for years, but I never had the time or like even the opportunity to like properly do it. I always wanted to like go maybe to the States or somewhere and record the whole album, which I still didn't do. I only like recorded one song so far, but I have like the whole album ready and it's just waiting to be recorded. So if there are any like promising young producers out there, just to reach out when we'll talk about the conditions. Just kidding. But yeah, I love just making my dreams a reality. It's the most fun thing ever, and I just hate that so many people want to do so much stuff but they never like take action, because I don't know, we're all afraid of something, we're all afraid of rejection, and of course there were risks involved, and there were thoughts, maybe no one will like this, but you know, what's the worst thing that can really happen? It can just, no one has to like it, and that's it. Does the world really end if no one likes it? And like all the things that I can get if I do it, I like so much more magnificent than like, the other side, you know,
like representing your country at Eurovision.
Oh
like, that
my God.
Among the biggest things that could
ever
tell you that what you need to do is just do it and give it a try.
Definitely. I'm so happy I did go to Dora, Croatian national final, because I never thought I would. I was always like, when someone asked me, are you gonna go? I was like, no, you know, it's not really for me. It's more for like artists with up-tempo songs with like a lot of moves, and you know. And then I was like, this is a stupid conviction I'm repeating to myself. Who cares like what kind of artist you are if you just want to do your thing and you believe in, and you're having fun while you're doing it. Like that's the most important part. I'm starting to approach life more playfully, and I think that's the most significant thing.
I think it stopped accidentally.
Okay.
Try this again. Pause. No, record. Okay. We'll figure that one out. Okay. But nonetheless, I want to talk about the song itself, because as you said, it's a personal song to you, and it's really about temptation and you know, having that, as you say, you have this person in your life who you see as a guilty pleasure. Tell me about why that's so important to you.
I just think it's a very important human issue in general, because like so many marriages end up in divorce. There has to be a reason for that, and so many people just switch from partner to partner, which is, I mean, I think everything is okay. Even having like multiple partners at the same time, if everyone is consensual, is okay. I really don't think there is such a thing as okay and not okay anymore. It's just a matter of perspective and a matter of an individual's wishes.
Right.
So like the frustration that vented out in the song Guilty Pleasure was that every time when we are in a relationship, we all feel like we have to act like no one else exists, and no, I'm not attracted to anyone else. That's bullshit. You know, we are always going to be attracted to other people. We're human, and that's what humans should do, connect to people. And there are so many amazing people on earth that I never could figure out how some of my girlfriends never could find a partner. Like, how don't you find a partner? Like, do you live under the rock? There are so many interesting people around us. Like, I don't know who to bond with first, you know. I just want to bond with everyone. I want to share stories. So like, I feel like my soul is like frustrated because it's trapped in this environment full of expectations. Like, you have to choose this one person, and then you're about to spend the rest of your life with them. And if you don't, well, we're not going to tell you like you're better, but we're like going to silently judge you, all of us. Like, you have a broken marriage, you're not successful in your life. Oh my God, 3 broken marriages. Like, that's just stupid. It's also stupid. We are making our own lives complicated. Why? We should just like feel confident enough to go to our partner and say like, I want to be with you, I love you, but like, I met this other guy, like, he's so interesting, so charismatic, but like, I felt it. I just want you to know that I felt it, but my decision is to be with you. Like, that's my decision that I'm gonna make every day until I want to, and when I don't want to, I'm not a bad person because of that, and I shouldn't feel guilty. So like, I think just the fact that a lot of your friends go through breakups, and you go through breakups, then you fall in love again. There's like so much tension and so much negativity around that. Oh, it's always someone is the guilty one, you know, leaving the other one. You know, it's just unnecessary judgments. And I think Guilty Pleasure was much more than just me narrating how I'm fantasizing about someone else. It was just like more like me saying, well, it happens. Let's just accept it as a fact. Let's just talk about it because it's okay.
Right.
You know.
Well, you put it in such an eloquent way, and it's really, really lovely to hear you explain your point of view. I mean, it definitely comes through in the song as well. But I'm sure that you also appreciate too that that idea is very controversial for some people, and a lot of people are very traditional. I talk to people all the time who are like, no, it's like I'm with one person and they're my everything. I have to be completely devoted to them, and it's that idea of devotion to them, like giving them everything. Is there like, do you ever have any concern about how that might reflect on you?
As long as I'm like honest to myself, with myself, and with the person I'm with or I'm not with, it's all gonna be fine. I think I'm starting to realize that now, and that's why it's so important to be honest with yourself. I think like the number one cause that the world we live in is so messed up and so full of violence and rage and frustration is like just this one thing: we don't talk to ourselves enough. We don't talk to ourselves at all, and we are completely capable of ignoring our problems like for years until they turn into this huge mess that like erupts, and you can't. It's so stupid. Just like people should talk to themselves every day. Like when I have an emotion, any like tension that I don't like, I don't want it in my body, and I will just stop and ask myself, okay, let's talk to each other now. What's the problem? And when I like go through my emotions, I always find the reason. It can be something as stupid as, today I feel like I'm not enough, and then just you need to be like a parent to yourself and say to yourself, yes, you are enough. This is just a stupid thought that popped into your head because someone said this and that, and then you're like, yeah, really, I am enough. Oh cool, the sun is shining, let's go on with the day. So I feel like we should teach children. I mean, I know this has nothing to do with what you asked me.
No. I'm very fascinated. Tell me.
We should teach children to talk to themselves, like in front of a mirror or whatever. Like that's way more important than a lot of things we teach children in school these days. A lot of unnecessary data and information about like countries and people, whatever. So yeah, I think we all should talk to each other more, and we'll be a better and more empathetic society,
Well, I'm thinking right now that like all of what you just said sounds like a great resource to make music, and I guess I wonder, is making music for you kind of a way of talking to yourself? Definitely.
I even write letters to myself sometimes.
Oh, really?
When I'm going through a particularly stressful periods with a lot of conflicting emotions, as it definitely was through the whole Eurovision process, which can be very stressful.
Absolutely.
I will sit down and just start typing, like a stream of consciousness kind of typing. And that works for me. It doesn't have to work for anyone, because not everyone likes writing. For someone it will be like a walk through the woods or doing sports or whatever. But for me it just helps when I write to myself, and then some stuff come out that I had no idea I even thought, thoughts I had no idea I had about certain topics. And then you just read through it and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's why I'm feeling this or that way. So I think songwriting is the same. You just have to sit down and pour out all these emotions, or like if you want to narrate a specific story, you can also do that. And like there are no limits, and you can do anything, and it's so much fun. And I think it's like there are no two people with the exact same process of songwriting. Like it's amazing. Like everyone writes in their own way, and there are no rules, and that's so amazing.
And much like how you would have a conversation with another person, through having a conversation with yourself, you'll actually learn what you didn't think that you knew about yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And then when people connect with it,
yes,
when it goes out into the world and someone says like, I'm going through the exact same thing, that's why I'm doing music. That's why I would do anything to be able to put out music, because that's like the feeling that's worth taking chances.
And what a wonderful opportunity to have at Eurovision, to have your song reach the homes of so many people across Europe, across the world, because Eurovision has become quite international now. What do you make of that?
I am so happy, and I think I'm the luckiest person in the world right now. Like, just to have this wonderful delegation around me, beautiful people who are here for me, and just we are a team, and I can do anything I want with my stage performance in perfect conditions and with perfect production. So I'm very lucky to be where I am right now, and I'm so grateful for that. And I just wanted to, keep rolling and to get more chances to present my music to more and more people over the world.
Well, it's been really lovely talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're number 11, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you like me a song, you know the number. It's number 11, semifinal 1.
Yeah.
And anything that you'd like to say before we go?
Yeah, just thank you guys for just making this experience a truly magical one. And yeah, if you like Guilty Pleasure, feel free to vote. I'll be very thankful for every vote, and I love you guys.
Well, thank you so much once again, and we'll see you all on the next video. Take care.